Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world today. Welcome to our July webinar. Thank you for joining our webinar today, focused on AMAG's Symmetry solutions and services available to our channel and our customers. I am Kim Rayfeld, Director of Media Relations, and I am your host today. So today I welcome a new member to the customer webinar family, Jamie Lohr. Jamie is a new member of the marketing team and will be taking over for Greg behind the scenes. We are lucky to have him and his talents join the team. So our webinars are designed to keep you updated on what is new with our Symmetry security management system, provide an overview of Symmetry's unique features and benefits, and help you differentiate your company from others when you partner with us. So if you have any questions today throughout the webinar, please type them into the Q&A box and we'll address as many as we can at the end of the webinar. And we'll follow up with those that we didn't get to after the webinar. So today we welcome back Tom Horgan to the customer webinar. Tom is AMAG's Senior Application Engineer for the Mid-Atlantic region, and he specializes in the federal government. He will review FICAM and why it's important, as well as give you an overview of AMAG's FICAM offerings. I'll then provide a brief marketing update at the end. AMAG technology delivers a powerful, unified, and open security platform that empowers businesses to effectively secure their facilities, meet compliance, and have peace of mind. While access control is definitely the foundation of what we do and what we're known for, the Symmetry security management system includes so much more. It includes video, identity management, analytics, mobile, intrusion, visitor management, command and control, and incident management. Symmetry's scalable security solutions provide operational insights and intelligence to improve business today and tomorrow. Our solutions also help our reseller channel and end users solve problems. The Symmetry security management system and our ecosystem of best-of-breed tech partners work together to provide a complete solution for you. All of our webinars and so much more are available on our YouTube channel. Now I am going to turn it over to AMAG Senior Application Engineer for the Mid-Atlantic and Federal Government, Tom Horgan.
Thank you, Kim. Today I'm going to talk about the basics of FICAM, why FICAM is important to the federal government, and what it's all about. I'm not going to get into details of parts and pieces. I'm always available to assist you for any quote you have or any project you have to make sure the right parts and pieces are selected for the right reasons. Again, today's just an overview of what FICAM is all about. Next slide. FICAM is important because it establishes an absolute trust in the credential being presented by the federal employee. FICAM is referred to in different acronyms, HSPD 12, FIPS 201-1, -2, and -3. It also has a tie-in to TWIT compliance. Next slide. One other thing I want to note, I'm not going to insult your intelligence by reading all the details on the slide. I'm going to cover the high points. This information is available on the YouTube channel if you want to pull down exact details from the slides later. FICAM is used for, the process is used for not only physical access control, but logical access. Federal government employees use their federal credential to log into a government computer or a government network. Simply having a federal credential does not give permission to access a secure space or to access a government network. Each individual site has to allow permissions to each user. Next slide. Trust is obtained during the enrollment. The federal credential has multiple details held on the card, and the card has to be unlocked to be enrolled into the system. The card's inserted into a reader, a PIN number is entered. If the PIN is correct, a biometric validation is confirmed to make sure the person presenting the card is supposed to have that card. If all of that passes, that card is then checked against the federal database to make sure it's active and valid. This all happens behind the scenes before it ever gets to Symmetry. It's part of the required FICAM process. Next slide, please. Once a card's enrolled into Symmetry, it's automatically revalidated against that federal database a minimum of every 18 hours. It can be set to more frequently depending on site conditions, but the GSA standard is 18 hours. This means if a card is reported lost or stolen, it is automatically deactivated in Symmetry without anybody having to do anything, provided the lost and stolen process that each cardholder has been given is followed properly. Next slide, please. All GSA compliant solutions use federally issued credentials. Every card is verified during enrollment. The integrity and the authenticity of the card is verified during enrollment and automatically every 18 hours. And some compliance systems verify the credential every time it's used at the door. All of this occurs outside the access control system directly. Next slide, please. GSA has a standard where a FICAM approved solution has to be submitted for complete testing end to end. This means testing everything in the solution as a full set. And when deployed, only components that have been tested together can be used in that solution. As an example, a card reader tested with solution A can't just be added to solution B if it hasn't been tested with solution B. It may work perfectly, still not allowed to be used. Next slide. AMAG offers 2 FICAM approved solutions. We've had an HID PIV class solution for years, and we recently had approval on Identity One FIPSlink. As a note, Identity One FIPSlink with AMAG Symmetry is the only offering where FIPSlink can be used. It has to be used with Symmetry. GSA has not tested this with any other product yet. It's fully functional, fully compliant, ready to go. Next slide. Both GSA and approved FICAM solutions do require specific considerations and specialized training. A lot of times I have seen RFQs from the government that touch on the details, but unless you have a detailed understanding of what FICAM is, they could be easily overlooked. That's why I'm listing my contact information and Tom Moreau's contact information here on the slide. This is simply to give you a point of contact. If you have a FICAM-related project, please reach out to us. Our job is to help you look good to your customer and to work through those details with you. Next slide. Kim, I'll pass it back to you. It's just as I said, it's just an introduction to what FICAM is and why it's important.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. As a reminder, if you have any questions, please type them into the Q&A box. Next slide, please. So AMAG is committed to the government market, and we are excited to offer a second FICAM option for your federal security projects. To learn more about how we can help you, please visit our website. We've got a government video out there. We've got a brochure and a data sheet that you can read. And as Tom briefly mentioned, or it was actually listed on his slide, he has got an excellent blog called Designing and Bidding a Government Project that includes a lot of helpful information about how to exactly do that. It spells it out very, very easily. And he's got links there to our FICAM training program and the FICAM design guide, 2 very important links. So I invite you to please check it out. So let's see, do we have any questions? Does not appear as if we do. So this one is a really quick one this month, everyone. Thank you, Tom, for your insightful presentation on our FICAM solutions, especially our new solution with Identity One FIPSlink. If you guys have any questions about Symmetry, please reach out to your local AMAG salesperson. And if you've got any specific questions about FICAM, please reach out to Tom Horgan. As always, the full webinar and all of our other webinars are on our YouTube channel. The URL there is on the screen. And this webinar will be loaded probably later today or tomorrow, and I will be sending out the link to you all. As soon as we end this webinar, a short survey will pop up in your browser. Please take a moment to fill that out so we can make sure we're always delivering the best information on these webinars. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you'll join our next webinar on August 16th. Watch your inbox for details, and thanks again.